that type of year again where I played an annoying Christmas song on loop, all while listing off my favorite albums of the year. This is Rock's favorite albums from rock and metal in 2014.
2014 has been a crazy year with some amazing festivals, musicians going insane and wanting to assassinate the president, and Gene Simmons saying something stupid. Twice. It's been a whirlwind of facepalms this year, but there were definitely some gems to be found in the world of rock.
So as I've done in the past, I just wanted to share my favorite albums of the year. Keep in mind, I'm just not going to go in any order. This is all just off the top of my head from what I remember from 2014. And also remember that just because your favorites didn't make my list and vice versa, you shouldn't get too upset. It's just an opinion list, and I also haven't heard everything that came out. There's no way I could have heard every album release that came out throughout one calendar year, so it's not that I didn't like it, there's probably just a good chance I didn't hear it. That being said, since this is the first year that I've been on Channel Awesome, I want to say I'm very thankful to be in front of a new audience, and that is Skype. Hey.
What about Jenny Lewis, the Voyager?
I actually did hear good things about her, but I was just explaining to everyone else too, I haven't heard everything that came out this year, and unfortunately that was one of them, so by default she's not on my list. But I'm sure it's really good.
Stupid head. You stupid head person.
I'm not stupid.
Because you're stupid. Head.
Moving on.
If there was one album that grew on me more than any other this year, and I wish I could have given a higher score when I reviewed it, it's Hail the Apocalypse. Sweeten's Avatar has proven they are a mainstay in the rock and metal community with this album. From beginning to end, I have realized just how much fun this album is to listen to. It starts out loud and rough and then dives straight into insanity in a creative style. I honestly can't even tell you how many times I've listened to the song What I Don't Know, but I do know that that number is going to keep going. After seeing footage online, it's one of my hopes of 2015 to see Avatar live because their live show looks amazing. It's the type of band that knows not only how to play, but also how to perform and put on a spectacle on the stage. I can't recommend Hail the Apocalypse enough, and this album is fantastic. Speaking of Swedish bands, I have become a new die-hard fan of video game-based metal group Machine Supremacy. I wasn't even aware of their existence until this past summer, and I am thankful I found out about them. Just the opening 2 tracks from Phantom Shadow have me going crazy and instantly hitting replay for songs like the villain of this story. Final Fantasy, Castlevania, Game of Thrones, it's all touched on, and it's very clear that these guys have a love of fantasy and are fully equipped with the talent to bring everything together. The drum work is especially amazing and everything is carried together from all sides. If you are looking for something different in metal, then you should definitely check these guys out.
Skype again. Yeah.
Look, I know you do rock reviews, and I know that you're not going to look at other things, but how about some OSTs? Now, I can understand not looking at MMO OSTs, because it's always orchestral and really slow, and you do heavy metal. But I can even understand not even looking at Sunset Overdrive, because that's mostly 80s punk. But you gotta go off the grid, man. You gotta look at other things. Overclocked Remix, the Shell Shocked album, it was a 2 CD set. It rocks, and it's also free.
I love soundtracks for games. I have the Skyrim and Final Fantasy VII soundtracks on hard copy here. But that's not what this list is really about. It's just my favorite albums from the rock and metal genres that came out this year from bands and artists. So, nothing personal, I'm glad it's on your list, but it's just not on mine.
You're doing this because I'm new, aren't you?
That has nothing to do with anything. I'm just as new as you are.
You know, I think he secretly likes Nickelback.
Alright, that's enough. No one's ruining my Christmas spirit this year. Moving on.
One album I didn't get to review this year but I was aware of was Let the Ocean Take Me from the Amity Affliction. When I first heard the song Pittsburgh on the radio, I was really impressed with the song style and the incorporation of the children's choir, but I didn't know if the rest of the album would match the intensity and style. I can thankfully say my doubts were misplaced because Let the Ocean Take Me has a lot of great material to look into. The screaming and clean lyric combination here is done expertly, and in a market that is quickly becoming oversaturated with this two-singer type, the Amity Affliction makes it work successfully. There is a hook and rhythm that grabs onto you in many of the songs from this album along with Pittsburgh. If you are into the rough and clean vocal combination, then Amity Affliction's Let the Ocean Take Me is something worth checking out. Earlier in 2014, we got another great example of why female vocalists should be in the spotlight more within the rock scene. Hydra from Within Temptation should stand as an example of what epic rock ballads can be, with an amazing singer and fantastic music writing with full musical choruses and tracks that make you believe in rock, and it can make the perfect soundtrack to the most lively events. There isn't much I can say that hasn't already been said by other critics with songs like Paradise and the cover of Imagine Dragons' Radioactive, but if you need further proof of why Within Temptation is worth mentioning, go watch the music video for Paradise. It is the high-budget music video mini-movie experience that really needs to be implemented by bands more often.
Think I'm getting a pattern here. What's going on?
How have you forgotten about my boy Pharrell? Did you not hear the album Girl? That stuff was jamming and smooth as butter.
I have not even heard it. I think I've heard that Happy song once or twice and that's it. I'm sure it's good and I'm glad you like it, it's just not my thing.
Alright, Mozart. Bloody hell, looks like we got a musical connoisseur over here if you...
Okay, I'm not trying to give anyone a hard time because they have different tastes than I do. I'm just saying what my favorites are, and everyone else has their favorites. There's really nothing wrong with that. I don't see any issue with that, so no one should be too upset. I mean, we all have our favorite albums, and I have mine, and that's just what I'm trying to show.
Alright, no need to be a jerk, yeah? Jeez.
What the heck? I'm not saying anything rude. Okay, forget it. Moving on.
If you're looking for something with a little more substance in your music, then the Newcomers from Texas Nothing More may be just what you need. This band has become a permanent fixture on SiriusXM Octane, and after over a year of touring and promoting their self-titled album, they are getting the recognition they deserve. Nothing More isn't just hard rock with an underlying message. It's a full wake-up of the world today, and this album is something to take deeply while you listen. From the ideas of Mr. MTV to something reflective in the song God Went North, Nothing More will give you your money's worth and something to get behind if you want something with weight behind what you are listening to. As far as newcomers go, I cannot get enough of Starset. The release of their debut album Transmissions has given me hope for new rock and how they can incorporate string sections, electronica, and vibrant energy in an amazing space presentation. From beginning to end, this album is nothing short of brilliant. If I had to pick one album from 2014 to be my absolute favorite, then Starset's Transmissions would be it.
Yes, Starset's new album is that good. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what you're gonna put on your list, but apparently Beth likes Frozen.
That wasn't even this year. That was 2013. All right, you know what? No more Skype. There. Ha! Done.
For the diehards who aren't really looking for new bands to jump into and just want to see what some of your favorite bands from a decade ago are now up to, then Chevelle's La Gargola is something that will have you gleefully praising the good music choices you had 10 years ago. Chevelle has proven themselves to be one of the rare rock bands who are capable of standing the test of time without having the quality of their music dip. The songs on La Gargola, including the radio singles Take Out the Gunman and Hunter Eats Hunter, have earned their praise of just about every rock and metal website for good reason. If you loved Wonder What's Next, then you should really invest in 2014's La Gargola as a safe bet. Going back to another band from yesteryear that have proved they can stand the test of time is Mastodon. Once More Round the Sun is the full onslaught that few bands can deliver. The Motherlode alone is proof as to why people should check this album out. I completely understand the style of some harder bands isn't going to be for everyone, but aspiring musicians that want to understand what the basic rock style can bring should take a lesson from the heroes of psychedelic rock. Once More Round the Sun just sweats passion and energy. And as for rock with a little more style and rhythm without as much volume, Chino Moreno's side project Crosses delivers a total breath of fresh air that only the mind behind the Deftones can bring. The first full album from Crosses, including past EP tracks, offers a different side of Chino that everyone can get behind. While there is some intensity and volume in the self-titled release, songs like Telepathy and Option are what make Crosses stand out as something special. The rhythm in these songs will permanently send in your pulse while you are serenaded by Mr. Moreno. And finally, if I wanted to give an honorable mention, it would be for In This Moment's Black Widow. When I first heard Sick Like Me, I knew that the band had found its style and that they should stick with it because this is what they are best at. On first listen, along with many others, I didn't know what to make at the beginning of the album, but after a few tracks in, you become consumed by what Maria and company have created. Songs like Sexual Hallucination and Natural Born Sinner are now constant go-to selections for me in the car, and this album proves that there will always be room for music with a darker style in the world of rock.
And that wraps up my favorite albums of 2014. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone for giving rock a chance this year. Joining Channel Awesome has been a big step for me, and I'm very thankful to be here. I also want to give a personal thanks to W, who has helped tremendously to improve the quality of this show. You can check out his YouTube channel here. With all that, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and... No. Who the heck? Ugh. What do you want, jerk?
How dare you!
How dare I what, jerk?
How dare you exclude Weird Al Yankovic's Mandatory Fun from your countdown? 8 videos, 8 days, do you not remember that? It was only 6 months ago. First #1 comedy album to be #1 on Billboard since Alan Sherman in 1963. Have you no concept of mandatory? It's called mandatory! Mandatory fun, right there. Fun, mandatory. Mandatory fun. Now let's read it together, shall we? Mandatory fun. You kids with your music, you have no idea. All this free thinking spirit, I don't understand any of it. It's mandatory fun, and I got it autographed because it's where is it? Right there. It's so goddamn mandatory.
Hey!
It's so stinking Here, let me play. We're gonna listen to the whole album right now.
Heck no. All right.
This other disc out of,
I'm done.
I don't know.
See you in 2015,
There,
everyone.
right there. No, that's 8, you idiot. You don't understand words. There we go. Now that's what I call polka, is the title of this song.